Hello coders, welcome to another YouTube tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how we can integrate with the Swagger on our SpringBoot application so that next time we don't use a Postman from now on. Let's get started. So what is a Swagger? Swagger is an open source set of rules, specifications, and tools for developing RESTful APIs. So RESTful APIs are those that I showed you on the first tutorial when we created the get, post, put, delete methods. Those are the REST APIs. So with this Swagger, I'm going to show you how we can hit those endpoints using this API. So it provides framework for developers to create interactive API documentation. The documentation generated by Swagger is both machine readable and human readable. Swagger helps in describing and documenting the different endpoints, parameters, responses, and other details of an API. Developer can use Swagger to build APIs that are easier to understand and used by other developers. It simplifies the process of documenting and sharing API information, making it accessible to both humans and machines. The Swagger framework enables developers to design and develop APIs that conform to industry standards and best practices. By using Swagger, developers can ensure consistent and accurate documentation of their APIs, making it easier for others to integrate with and consume their services. So the integration that we are going to do with Spring, it's quite easy. We are going to add this dependency SpringDoc Open API Starter Web MVC UI. We are going to use version 2.00 M4, and we are going to add the following configuration on our SpringBoot application: scan base packages, com.code with bisq package, and this one is for Swagger org SpringDoc. And to accessing this endpoint, you just enter your domain. So here we are on localhost, and your port /swagger ui.html. That's all. So we have these few operations, which we have the operations where we just summarize and add a description of what the method, like the API, does. And we have API responses, which is a list of API response, whereby each response we specify this API will return the following error codes, response codes, either 201, 400, 500, 401, 403, so that other developer can know which error code response codes to handle on their front-end applications. So let's get started. So here we are now adding our dependents, and you can come here and sync, or you can right click here and go to Maven and reload your project. It will download the dependents. After doing this, we were told that you are supposed to add the package here. We are going to add a configuration here. So these are scan packages. So it's going to be an array because we want to add two packages here, one for Spring, one for our project, and the other one for our for Swagger. So for our project, it's com.auto. If you don't know, you just copy this one like this, then you put .star to mean everything. This one is for the documentation. You can see for Spring MVC, so it will auto configure all these classes, Then after doing this, let's try to run our project. On this, we're told to access our endpoint, we have to use this URL. Let's copy the URL and paste it here and see if we are able to access. You can see we are now able to access our URL, and this is our documentation. So we are no longer using the Postman. From now on, we are now using this Swagger documentation. So let's try to add some few operations. Let's add for the create of users. You can see this create of user. We want to describe this documentation with the list of error codes with the response code that we have. So based on our documentation, let's go to the user controller. Let's go to the create. Where's the create? This is the create. So here we can copy and paste here. So you see the operation of this endpoint create user, it's like create a new user, the REST endpoint that creates a new user, and you are going to have the following response codes, either 200, 400 and 500. So let's rerun again and see. And you can reload here. You can see here, this is the summary, creates a new user, REST endpoint to create a new user, and with all the response code that you are going to have, server error, bad request, based on what we add here. So that's all, guys. This was a tutorial for Swagger integration with Spring Boot. It's quite easy, adding those dependencies and also adding these packages, the Spring one, the Swagger UI, and your project dependent. Just copy it here. That's all, and add .star to include others like controllers, repositories. So thank you guys for seeing this video. I hope you like it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you're new to this channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we upload a new video. Salut coders.